You right there, Otto? I can't hear you. Well, the first ball of the after lunch, Faf du Plessis was dropped shortly. Guyasa Shah. Otto, I can't hear you.
How's my sound now?
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah,
I got the drop catch in.
So Yashir Shah, bowling his third over after lunch. Welcome back, everybody, to Gurula Cricket South Africa on One World Sports Radio. Just waiting for my feed to update. So, Tim, you are welcome to tell the listeners what's going on. It's 95 for 2 here on my side.
That's four behind the stumps. It was a reverse sweep by Dean Elgar. Four spun, absolute mile. Outside of the off stump, missing everything, missing the stumps, keeper missing it, going through four byes. 99 for 2. Yasser Shah comes in and the bounce ball out of the off stump, which Dean Elgar pats back, no run.
Thanks for that, Tim. Having some issues here with my connection, but hopefully it's sorted out now. As we see, that first ball after lunch was a chance for the man at short square leg.
Yeah, that's should have been taken, really.
Yep, the man there fumbled the ball and it went to ground. And Shah was quite disappointed with it, as he was with the 4 that Dean Elgar scored off him. And that is the end of the over. 99 for 2 is the score. Yasir Shah back into first slip, along with Babar Azam there next to him, the keeper for Pakistan. Are we good, Tim?
We are good. You're breaking up a little bit, but we are good. We can just about hear you. But you are breaking up a tiny bit.
If it doesn't get any better, just let me know, and I will just quickly restart the things here on my side.
Okay.
So let's keep an eye on that, and it will be Shaheen Afridi to bowl the second over after lunch. Left arm over the wicket to Faf du Plessis, who drives the straight to mid-off, and there's no run. They've got a catching short mid-off just next to the non-spiker there, as Shaheen Afridi comes left arm over the wicket to the right hand. Faf du Plessis on 15 of 39. You mentioned to me, Tim, before we came on here, was some dedication shown by the South African batters.
Yes, it was good batting in that last hour. They just sort of rotated the strike well, particularly Dean Elgar. Made sure that the bowlers didn't settle. So they really showed some good application to batting.
That's good news. I wasn't able to watch before lunch, but I was following on the score and that. That last ball was lazily driven by du Plessis out to extra cover for no run. 99 for 2 is still the score. Third delivery of Shaheen Shah's 7th over to come now. He's conceded 20 and he's taken the wicket of Markram. Over the wicket to Faf du Plessis, driven again. The ball pitches on about middle and off stump, going across the right-handed Faf du Plessis, and looks like more of the same here. Just making sure that he stays in.
I think you might need to start again. There's lots of sort of background noise and stuttering. It's quite a bad breakup from your side.
Okay, let me restart my my feed here. Okay, I'll be back with you in a moment.
Okay, all right.
You take over ball by ball.
Yeah, I will. I'm at the fort. Shaheen Afridi comes in. The fourth ball of the over. Bullish ball out of the off stump, which Faf du Plessis just cuts into the short cover area. No run. Score still 99-2. This is the 28th over of the innings. Shine Shade Fruity has bowled very well this so far. He's bowled with real purpose and real intensity, showing all his skill. Shine Shade Fruity comes in again. Similar sort of ball, but perhaps a little bit fuller, sort of a half volley length. And Faf du Plessis leans into it beautifully and hits it for 4 through the covers. Lovely shot there from Faf du Plessis. South Africa move to 103 for 2. Second 50 from South Africa coming off 105 balls. Much slower than the first, but as I said earlier, they've shown much improved application once the Pakistan bowlers have improved. Stop the runs. South Africa are in a good position there. And J1.
Yes, indeed. And Pakistan will be disappointed with the number of boundaries because quite a few of them have been quite unnecessary.
Indeed. I can't see you, Otto. I can hear you there, but I can't see you. And the final ball of the over is defended out of the offside once again by Faf du Plessis. No run. 103 for 2. Faf du Plessis is looking very, very solid here.
Yeah, he's on 19 of 44 deliveries now, so decent test batting scoring rate here, just under 3 runs and over, under the 50 strike rate. Exactly what you expect from a test batsman.
And out of the off stump from Yasir Shah, and Vanguard just drive back foot drive down towards long on for a single, 104 for 2. I still can't. Oh, there we go. Now I can see you. Now
Okay.
you're visible.
Okay. Yeah, I just saw that delivery there from Yasir Shah. I think let's have you do ball by ball, Tim.
Right.
In case my connection goes broke about again.
Yeah. Second ball from Yasir Shah. A bit too short there from Yasir Shah, dragging it down, and Faf du Plessis whips it through mid wicket for 4. Lovely shot, but too short from Yasir Shah. Just too short.
Yeah, a mistake there from the leg spinner. That's a common occurrence for leg spinners, dragging the ball down as you pull down with your hand going over the ball.
Yasir Shah comes in again. Third ball of the over. This is a bit further out of the off stump. Beautifully bowled. And it looks like Faf du Plessis is out.
Yep.
Caught behind of Yasir Shah. Yes, Faf du Plessis is gone. 108 for 3. Lovely ball there from Yasir Shah. Lovely drift. And just enough turn to get the edge.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exquisite leg spin dismissal there from Yasir Shah. Perfect pitching on middle and off, forcing Faf du Plessis to play the forward defensive shot and just stroking the outside edge up into the hands of the keeper. And 108 for 3. Faf du Plessis 23 runs or 46 deliveries. Just as we were complimenting him on a job well done so far. It looks like Quinton de Kock is coming in at number 5 for South Africa, so he's ahead of Temba Bavuma. So 2 left-handers at the crease now for South Africa. I saw on the team sheet they had Quinton above Temba Bavuma. So
yes,
Tim?
Quinton's been told now that number 5 is his position. That's where Boucher wants him to bat. He wants the best out of him at number 5. I don't agree. I think his best is at 6 or 7. I do understand the thinking, but I actually think it could lead to more problems. particularly if he goes out early here, then it's a lot of pressure on the rest of the batsmen. You've got to find your batsmen in their best positions. If their best positions, that's where they flourish. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, so Quinton will have to do a bit of a rebuilding job here with Dean Algar, excuse me, who's still at the crease on 47 as he takes his guard now. I'll let you do the ball by ball. They've got a short square leg in, leg slip, and a conventional slip. Then they've got a mid-on catching just about just in front of the crease on the non-striker's end, and then a mid-wicket on the what would be the inner ring of the ODI field. Let's see what else they've got there for Quinton.
Very attacking field here from Pakistan. Very attacking. Very interesting too.
Yeah, so you can talk us through that delivery there. First one to Quinton.
And it's Michael Lowe's a bit, and it's whipped down the leg side by Quinton de Kock, and he cuts it off strike with a 2, 110 for 3.
So those two fielders, both in the leg slip and the short square leg, tells me that it's going to give Yasir Shah the opportunity to go for the stumps with the ball coming into the left-hander and then maybe catching an inside edge down to leg slip or the short square leg.
Yeah, and the next ball is no run. It's shot down to the short mid-on, but no single. Yasir Shah comes in again. Again, no run as he comes half forward, and the ball squirts down to the short leg on the ground. That's the end of that over. Are we sick, Otto? Are we? Because I got the impression that you maybe might have been a little ahead of me.
I just saw the last delivery now. But that's fine as long as you stay on top of the ball.
Okay.
I think that's a better call for now.
Right.
Because my connection seems to be letting me down here and there. So, good over there for Pakistan by Yasir Shah straight after lunch, getting a wicket. So very good signs there for Pakistan.
Shaheen Afridi is standing at the top of his mark. He's thinking about his field as he comes in. On purpose. Ball is down the leg side. It's a poor delivery. And I think Algar got that onto that. Yes, he got down to 5 leg boundary for 4. Moves on to 50. Very good innings here from Dean Algar.
Yeah, well done, Dean Algar. Another excellent opening stand by him. 50 runs up for Algar.
51 of 83 deliveries.
Indeed, 84. And Quinton de Kock with him on 2 of 3.
Shaheen Afridi comes in again. Ball is better this time from Afridi out of the off stump. And Algar comes forward and hits it along the ground to the middle. No run. 114 for 3.
For a moment, Pakistan had an interesting field placing there. They had a mid-on and a wide mid-on, both standing next to one another, just in front of the non-striker's crease.
Yes, they certainly are thinking about their fields. That's for sure. Hello, Chippo. Your sound was very soft. Shaheen Afridi comes in. And similar deliveries the previous one. And Dean Algar stabs that down towards the gully region. No run.
Hi, Tipple.
How's it, gents? I'm just checking if my sound could just go up a little bit.
Yes, you are a bit soft there.
Yeah, put your volume up.
I tried to put
Put your volume to 11. Shine 3D comes in again. And again, it's out of the off stump. Good line, good length. And Dean Elgar comes forward. And the ball squirts again out to the gully along the ground. We've seen Dean Elgar get out like that quite a few times, playing with the body in that sort of gully region. That looks like where Shine 3D is looking to get him out. Get him driving at a wideish ball. Triple?
Yeah, he's got to be careful with that bat hanging out too far outside his body. You're quite right. That's done
This
a few
ball
times.
is a little bit too short and a little bit too wide, and Dean Elgar cuts it down into the gap on the offside for 4. Backward point. Lovely cut shot. This ball was just too short and too wide, unlike the previous two. Gave him the width, and Dean Elgar obliged. 118 for 3. 118 for 3.
So they've got what seems to me to be about a third slip and a gully. No slips in there. And then a man at point, halfway to the boundary.
This
Very,
ball
very
is
field placing.
ball out of the off stump, and the ball goes underneath Dean Elgar's bat through to the keeper. No run. But it was a strange one. That but I'm not quite sure why he didn't connect with that delivery. The ball went just underneath his bat and through to the keeper. End of the over.
Oh, we've lost Chaper there for the moment. I'm sure he'll be back soon. 118 for 3. And we'll try and explain as much as we can about these field placings, because it is quite interesting to see the way the Pakistan fielders are stacked in the field. Some really interesting positions. So it looks to me that with Yasir Shah giving him the option of going for the stumps and getting forcing the batsman to play. A lot of guys sort of in close proximity to the wicket. You could say almost in catching positions.
Yasir Shah's 2 balls in the new over are both dot balls. First one on the offside of the cover region. Second one is into the ground by Quinton de Kock at short leg. Third one coming in, too much to leg side from Yasir Shah, too short, and Quinton de Kock is able to get it past the short leg for a single. 119 for 3 and 3 balls gone to the over.
Awesome sauce. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes,
it's better.
Awesome. Lacquer, gents. Sorry for all the technical difficulties.
That's okay. Yasir Shah with the 4th ball, much straighter and much flatter, and Dean Elgar just gets behind it, hits the bat, and it goes to the offside of the ground. No run.
I'm just one ball ahead.
Next ball. Again, a little bit too straight, but the short leg on the leg side does well to stop single, and it's a dot ball.
They've removed the leg slip now for Dean Elgar. Short square leg is still there, and the slip is still there. Abid is standing at the short square leg.
And the final ball of the over is again a nice flutter delivery quicker delivery from Yasser Shah, and Dean Elgar plays it on the leg side, just sort of to mid-wicket for no run. End of the over, 119 for 3.
Yeah, 31 overs gone. Excellent delivery by Yasir Shah in his previous over to dismiss Faf du Plessis. So good breakthrough for Pakistan, starting the second session, the session after lunch, very, very well. So they must be very happy with that, because the first session was sort of poised, well balanced, both sides enough to be happy about. But no one clearly on top before lunch.
They definitely had Faf du Plessis' number coming into after the lunch session. Even the first ball, spinning off the bat and then to the pad, and then a drop catch from bat pad. Faf du Plessis was, I wouldn't say dead in the water, but he had a ball with his name on it.
Yeah, the first ball from the new over from Yasser Shah. He's out in the offside again. Decent line, decent length from Yasser Shah. And Quinton de Kock cuts it on the offside, but no run. Straight to the field.
How are we looking for tweets, gents? Did we already do the tweets from Lee?
Pippo, I think you should take over the tweets. Tim is doing ball by ball. My feed is dropping in and out, so I'll try and cover as much of the rest of what's going on as I can.
Second ball, it's a bit fuller from Yasser Shah. And yes, what am I doing then? From Afridi, and Quinton de Kock hits it to the cover along the ground, fielded by middle.
So just hitting with one of the tweets here, we have Ravi Nair saying that Otto is in the best lighting yet. Complete darkness. Otto, we have to ask, has Eskom struck on your side? Because why is it so dark with your lighting?
Well, it's quite cloudy and muggy, and I'm inside my office under a huge tree, so there's not a lot of light coming in from the outside. Let me switch on my desktop light here.
Next ball from Shine Afridi. That's again out of the off stump. This one's a little bit fuller, and Quinton de Kock hits it in the gap for 2. Nice little shot there for Quinton de Kock, able to pierce the field a little bit, and gets 2.
Otto, you look good before. It was better in the darkness. No, I'm joking. Jokes, bro.
Shine Afridi comes in. 4th ball of the over, and Quinton de Kock drives it out to the offside. No on the side, no run.
Now, this is good stuff by Quinton. I like the fact that he's realizing that what role he's got to play at the moment. Nothing flash, nothing typically Quinton de Kock at the moment, so that's good.
We have a reply here on one tweet from David Midgley. The original tweet is from Kooks that says, it still doesn't sit right with me when I see guys under 30 test caps in the slip cordon as Shine Afridi comes for this ball.
And it's patted down the ground by Quinton de Kock, no run.
And David Midgley replies to that tweet with, or even the fact that Rassie doesn't stand in the slip cordon for the Lions. And gents, I want to ask you, how do you earn your slip place? I would have assumed, since that is a very important place to be, you can't just put anyone in the slips. Who gets the slip like caps? Because Butts had a fantastic cap.
Comes in, last ball at the over. It's a bit too short there from Afridi. And Quinton de Kock cuts it back with a point for 3 runs, I think. Yes, 3 runs. Good piece of fielding on the line, 124 for 3, and it's the over.
Yeah, it's a bit sloppy there by Shine Afridi, that last ball, because he was building up a good over there. Yeah, standing in the slips. I think it's usually reserved for the senior guys because they get to stand around and talk nonsense with the wicket keeper.
At opening batsmen, predominantly, your top three are going to be in the field in the slips.
Yeah, I would assume anyone but a bowler, as long as it's a batsman, because you want the bowler thinking of his lines, and in the slip corner you need absolute focus.
Yeah,
Yes,
Yasser Shah comes in with that first ball into slew over. It's nicely flighted outside the off stump, and Cock just forward defence, no run.
So for Quinton, they've got the leg slipping, and they're taking out the leg slip for Dean Algar. Trying to see what other.
Run out!
Second ball from Yasser Shah. 2-4 down the leg side. Quinton Cock hits it down to the leg side, and they call for a second there from Dean Algar, and he just gets back in time. But there was a potential of another run out there that was not very good between the two of them. But they managed to get back in time. Does Dean Algar. Next ball, too short from Yasser Shah, and Dean Algar whips it through mid-wicket for a single.
The running between the wickets, hey? Heart in my throat, gentlemen. Jeepers.
Please don't do that again, guys. No more of that.
Next ball from Yasser Shah, out of the off stump again, nicely flighted. Once again, the Cock forward defence solid. There's 4 squares down to the leg side, no run.
Especially after Rassie van der Dussen's run outs, you think it's a lot more likely, even though the communication was good there.
Yeah. Yasser Shah's next ball is too short, far too short. That's a good piece of fielding, short leg, as Quinton tries to whip it through the field, but the short leg does well to stop the single, no run.
Ooh.
Next ball is virtually a half volley, but it's outside the leg stump, and Quinton sweeps it down the fine leg boundary, 4 runs. Very poor piece of bowling there from Yasser Shah, looking for the money ball, and it's 130 for 3. End of the over.
Yeah, Yasser Shah is definitely going to be a handful once he gets his consistency going. He's a very experienced player. He knows these conditions well, obviously. It's once again so good to see Pakistan back where they belong, in Pakistan, playing Test cricket.
100%. And you can see he's already getting some turn off the pitch in day 1. Imagine how this ball is going to turn later on in this Test match. He's already proving to be a bit of a handful for the batsman. So it's exciting to see. I must imagine George Linder and Keshav Maharaj licking their lips, hungry to get onto this pitch. We have a tweet here from Ravi Nair saying, at Gorilla SA, your senior most... Sorry.
No, just going to say that there's been a bowling change. Naman Ali is coming on at the other end.
So we have spin at both ends. We just have a tweet from Ravi talking about our slips. Your senior most batsman at the slips. Your junior most at short leg under the helmet. Never trust a bowler, a batsman's game. It's always been that way.
Two full and 2 straight from Ali, and Algar is able to hit that down to a deep fielder on the leg side of the ground for a single. 2 full and 2 straight from the bowler there. Very easy pickings for a single.
Yeah, let's see if Nauman Ali can also become a factor here in this game, because before lunch he didn't look, or when I was commentating in the first hour, he didn't look particularly threatening. He's bowling to 2 left-handers now, so bringing the ball back into the left-hander with his slow left arm bowling.
And he comes in and he bowls his ball again and gets a bullish delivery, but it's outside the off stump, so it's a bit better, and Quinton drives it to mid off, and it's well fielded by Yasser Shah, no run.
So for Nauman Ali, they've still got the short square leg in and a slip in, and then the rest of the field is quite spread out. 132 for 3 is the score now on my side here.
Comes in with a third ball at the over. It's
Okay.
a flutter one again on the stumps, and Quinton just lets the ball go down onto his bat as he hits it to the field, close infielder on the leg side, no run.
Also, I think you're one ball ahead, man. I think you're one ball ahead.
Sorry about that.
I don't know how you weren't celebrating and having your heart in your throat with the run outs earlier. How was this happening? How was it happening at the same time?
This is a leg side delivery which Quinton de Kock hits to the deep fielder on the leg side, goes through for an easy single.
So we're having spin at both ends here, gentlemen. I want to know, what do you think the tactic is here? Do you think we have two spinners holding up both ends, or is one of them operating as some sort of strike bowler? Is one
Yasser
looking at the wicket?
Yasser Shah will be
Shah,
strike bowler.
definitely, Yasir Shah is definitely a strike bowler for Pakistan, and he's already proven that with the missed chance just after lunch and in the wicket of Faf du Plessis.
The last
I
two
think
deliveries in that over are also no run. The last ball was a good ball, nice drift, nice little bit of turn, which Dean Elgar got an inside edge onto his pad and just drifted on the offside, but it was a good piece of bowling. So there's 132 for 3.
Now we're seeing some great bowling here from the spin bowlers. As I said earlier, already seeing turn on the first day. So you could just imagine with more deterioration, with the ball being scuffed up a little bit more, this could be spinners' paradise at the moment. You must bear thought for the batsmen here. I think it's important that South Africa face these spinners, because historically we've struggled with spin. And if one person could just stick their hand up and just perform very nicely, this could be quite an inspirational display.
That's a short ball from Yasser Shah, wide out of the off stump, and Quinton de Kock wants to go for the reverse sweep, and gets a bit muddle there, goes into the ground, over the keeper, over the first slip, and they scramble around for a quick single. Second one is a bit fuller, down the leg side again, and Dean Elgar just hits it along the ground to mid-wicket, no run.
Now, Yasir Shah is a strike bowler, but he's also going to give you a few loose deliveries here and there.
Third one is also a very full delivery, virtually pretty much a half volley, but the same result as the previous ball, no run. Same fielder as well.
So they've got a backward square leg halfway to the boundary with the short square leg and the slip here for Dean Elgar. And then they've got a mid wicket and then a man at a mid on, sort of in a catching position.
The next ball is again, it's down the leg side. Again, it's pitching sort of middle and drifting outside the leg stump. So it's bowling a little bit too straight. And again, to the fine leg who's up along the ground, fields it, no run. And the next ball is again a little bit too full, not allowing the ball to turn, and Dean Elgar set to mid wicket on the ground, no run.
So is that the end of the over there by you?
No,
No,
that-
now.
now it's into the over. There's a full toss there from Yasser Shah, which Dean Elgar just pats back to the bowler. No run.
Okay, so I've got my feet synced up with you. So Quinton de Kock will be on strike for Nauman Ali's next over. He's on 15 of 21. Algar on 57 of 100 balls. And can we start using the N word for Algar yet? I'm not probably not yet. But it has been a very valuable innings from Algar so far.
No doubt about it.
Navin Ali comes in for the new over. Picks outside the off stump and in towards the pads. And again, Dean Elgar, Quinton de Kock, listen to me, Quinton de Kock just hits it slightly to the leg side, no run. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so many mistakes here.
Here's
The
a very
second one
interesting average.
The
Sorry.
second one is a very full delivery. Quinton de Kock goes for the slug sweep, hits it mid wicket, and he's out. He is out.
No.
The ball
Oh,
was
no,
silly shot.
gentlemen.
Oh, man.
Gentlemen. And Quinton de Kock leaving much to be desired yet again in another innings. Not really kicking on at all, really trying to force the agenda here, and he just lofts this to mid-wickets. The easiest of catches. That's not the way you want your captain to go. Not looking very good is Quinton de Kock. And he hangs his head in shame.
So 2 silly wickets so far from South Africa.
That's he scored 15 of 23 deliveries there. Quinton de Kock, and he's looking very dejected as he walks off the field. And rightly so. That was some very poor batting.
Oh, guys. Oh, Owens, why are we so aggressive? What happened? There's too much aggression, not enough clever. We're trying too hard here. We're looking for a little bit more nuggety. Why aren't we being inspired by Dean Elgar here, who's stuck in there and gotten a decent amount of runs? He got a good start, and he's not forcing the agenda at all. It's quite unfortunate to see this.
Yeah, Dean Elgar was showing exactly how to play on these sorts of pitches. You've got to be solid, and you've got to be definite in whatever you do. And you've got to soak up a lot of pressure. He soaked up a lot of pressure early on. He's been the rock up the side. And everybody else is just playing very badly.
Yeah.
Not good.
Unnecessary wickets falling. It's unfortunate to see these wickets falling. 2 unnecessary wickets, and Quinton de Kock really could have gotten a lot of runs here. The surface is looking very nice, even though there's a bit of spin. Maybe just trying to force the agenda too much there. Really just slog it and not much control. It's an unfortunate way to go. I would hope that, or I would have much rather had him face a jaff of a delivery that just beats him, but this was soft in all honesty.
Yeah, at least 50% can say good out to a really good leg spinner.
Exactly, and Aiden Markram also quite the movement of the new ball was too much, but in terms of Rassie van der Dussen and Quinton de Kock left too much to be desired.
Bavuma comes out to the crease, and the first delivery he faces, he just comes forward and pats it into the crowd to the bowler, and there is no run.
I have a very interesting stat here.
Terrible mistake by Quinton de Kock. Yes, go for it, Chepo.
The second delivery is too short, but Temba Bavuma just hits it to cover along the ground. There's no run.
So in looking for how the 2 batsmen that were in faced up against spin, I just wanted to see their averages, or at least how often they get dismissed by it. But I found an interesting stats on Dean Elgar as...
I will let you come back to that stat just now. next delivery is a quicker one from Naman Ali, and Bavuma hits it into the ground, and it goes down to the short second slip there, and there's no run.
So Dean Algar's average when batting in the first innings of a match, is 53.76. So right now he's continuing that average, sitting on 57 off 100 balls. So Dean Algar just loves to get in on the first day and bats. Other than that, his average is 35, like literally just not over 35, 35.9, 35.73 in the third innings, and 34 in the last.
That's interesting. Very interesting. The last delivery from Naman Ali spins and pitch starts at the off stump, spins away, and Timber just lets it go through to the keeper. No run.
So there are two slips in there for Timber, with the ball going away from him with a slow left arm spinner bowling, Naman Ali. So Naman Ali must be his birthday.
Just a shot back into the attack. Bowling wide, that's at the off stump, and Dean Algar hits it to the close infielder along the ground on the left side. No run. Second delivery that he fields is 2-4 from Yasser Shah. Dean Algar is able to drive it along the ground to mid-on for single.
Yeah, so Naman Ali locked into a wicket there with a mistake by Quinton. So congratulations to him on debut, his first wicket.
That was the mighty Quinton de Kock. And the questions continuously fly. Is the captaincy too much for Quinton de Kock? And these are the questions you can't ignore. You know, as much as you want to be like, hey, Quinton, we don't want to put any pressure on you. We want you to play your best. But at the same time, my man, come on, bro. You got to give us a little bit more to work with.
Yeah, I agree. Third ball of the over, very full from Yasser Shah. Tip of Bavuma, drives along the ground on the offside, cover, no run. Fourth delivery is a flutter one, quicker one from Yasser Shah, and Tip of Bavuma once again comes forward, blocks it, no run.
Really putting pressure on the new batsman here, continuously just getting the ball into him as quickly as possible. And you can see how the field is set up here. Two slips, very tight in, and a bat pad also very close to Temba Bavuma. And the cover's not very far out of shot either. So really tightening him up here.
Same result at the fifth ball of the delivery. Forward defence, out of the offside, no run.
Oh. Now, Quinton needs to find his test batting mode.
The final delivery is drifting to the leg side, and it's nice and easy way for Timber to get off the strike as he grips it off his legs for 2. 136 for 4 at the end of that over.
Huh. We have some interesting cricket trivia here from Anisa Muhammad saying, morning, everyone. Morning, Anis. Some quick trivia. The older SA opening batters have scored 100 against everyone except for Pakistan and Zimbabwe. I won't mention names to avoid the jinx, but actually I'm going to go down a quick statistics rabbit hole to find that out once I wrap up the tweet here. We have a tweet from The Crunch at Gorilla SA. Could you please explain to me why Quinton de Kock is batting above Bavuma? As someone who doesn't like to watch a lot of South African cricket, surely Bavuma is the better stick.
I can't answer that question, but I agree. But anyway, that's for another time. First ball is over from Naman Ali. Is hit on the leg side along the ground to mid-wicket. The same with the second delivery, both dot balls. What I meant was, I agree with that statement. But I'm doing ball by ball, so I can't get into a whole.
Do you want? Actually, I'll do ball by ball, and you get into that. Actually, I'll smack you with ball. I'll do ball by ball as no one comes here. And Dean Algar hits this to mid wicket for no run. Tim, the floor is yours. Tell us what is going on, because I also want to know, man.
Right. Okay, so Mark Boucher in his wisdom would like Quinton de Kock at 5 because he wants him to. You might want to commentate on that delivery.
Ooh, and Noman bowls a great ball here. Algar tries to drive this one edge to slip, the easiest of catches. Noman having a fantastic debut. He's got both left-handers, and Dean Algar is dismissed. Caught at the slips. Was that butt again? I don't know. Probably. Those hands are just so damn safe. But Algar dismissed on 58 off 106 balls. And just look at this delivery. He just forced at that ball to Dean Algar. And it was a very straightforward catch for first slip. Pakistan are flying high here on the first day.
Yeah. They are indeed. They've got South Africa in trouble now, in my opinion. 58 off 106 for Dean Algar. Good opening stand, but another loose shot. I would suggest there. And 3 wickets after lunch for Pakistan, 136 for 5. Nauman Ali on debut with his second wicket. He's conceded only 20 runs, and he's got 2 balls left in his 8th over. You guys must just
to
the crease comes George Linder.
Sure. It is spin for the win here at the National Stadium in Karachi. Spinners taking 3 very good wickets here. Numan on debut, Nochal. Imagine that. Got the scalp of not just the South African captain, but also the scalp of probably our top run scorer at the moment, Dean Algar, on 58. And he's on fire at the moment.
Yeah, so let's hope that George Linder can show his batting skills, because he is quite a good batting, bowling all-rounder. They've got leg slip, short square leg, conventional slip, mid-on catching. George Linder is also left-handed and is facing Nauman Ali now.
We have a tweet here from David Miji saying, the Proteas are doomed. And then you just have C3PO in a GIF while everything is melting down around him. We're doomed. We're doomed. Keep hitting us with those GIFs, David.
So, not looking so flash after lunch here. Second ball to George Linder, I'm seeing here.
Yes, and this one was just blocked. This one was very straight, blocked for no run. Was that the second ball? I thought that was the first. I'm too busy looking at these fire tweets from David as no one comes to attack. And this one played just outside the square on the offside. Whoa, a direct hit for nothing there on the stumps. Wow, some aggressive fielding from the Pakistanis. Their tails are up here, gentlemen, as South Africa are sitting on 137 for 5. Sure, some trouble here for the South Africans. But you were saying about Quinton de Kock at 5. Do you think it's a case of Mark Boucher living vicariously?
They want his style of batting to come in at 5 and make a real change to what's happening. He sees that there's too many massive under distance doing Aragars. He wants somebody to change the momentum of the situation. Somebody who can score 70 of 90 in no time. And that is the thinking. A game changer. An Adam Gilchrist, if you like.
Yeah.
The problem is with Adam Gilchrist batting. That's the problem. Adam Gilchrist started below that, and
Yasir Song comes into attack from over the wicket, from around the wickets to George Linder, and this one blocked for no run.
It's also because our top 5 are not settled. If we had the top 5 of 8 years ago, Quinton would not be batting at 5. He would not be batting at 5.
And this ball gets a little bit of a bounce. Hits Linder just above the pads for no run. Extra bounce.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Tim. I agree. And that's why I'm saying Quinton needs to find his test batting mode.
Yeah.
Oof. This one has a
Next
little
ball.
bit of turning into the left-hander off the pads to the offside for no run. Not looking
So when
very
he comes
comfortable.
in on a, yes, he's struggling now to face Yasir Shah. That's no easy task, I'm sure. Just coming into the crease now with the side in trouble.
Another one here. Oh, and George just smothers this one down for no run, blocked into the ground. Yes, you were saying about, I think you're talking about Quinton de Kock, Otto.
Yes, so if he's a higher middle order batter,
And this one chipped to the leg side for a single.
now then he's got to play the situation a bit better, because it's a few innings against Sri Lanka and now today again, where the side would have wanted him to stay in there and just face 50 or 60 balls, no matter how many runs you score. Try and just bat for time and support whoever's at the other end.
And this one clipped by Bavuma into the leg side to mid wicket for no run. South Africa sitting on 138 for 5 at the end of 39 overs. And I agree with you 100%, Otto. He doesn't look like he's able to change gears, read the situation properly, or maybe he's trying to impose himself on the situation too much. Like he's trying to make this captaincy shoe fit, make his position fit, but he's just forcing it in. It's not slipping in as nicely as you'd want him to. And going back to the original question about why he's so far up the order, maybe it's to give him a few more partners down the line. Maybe he feels that he doesn't have enough time batting. But in all honesty, when you are 6-7 down, you could just be like, what, let's make the best of the situation. Throw a bit of caution to the wind, and there it actually tastes very nice. But
That's when
a little earlier in the innings, this one blocked by Temba Bavuma for no run. A little early in the innings, it just doesn't sit nicely.
It's just adding unnecessary pressure, which he doesn't need.
Yeah, exactly. It puts unnecessary pressure on him, on the team, on the batsmen that follow. And as much as Temba Bavuma is a fighter, as we see him facing this ball and he leaves this one for no run, as much as he's a fighter, why must he fight all the time? Why not give Temba Bavuma that spot and let him just play? It just feels unnatural.
Agreed.
No, 100% right.
Around the wicket chair, this one played to the leg side. A few appeals, but in vain. And South Africa sitting on 139 for 5.
So let's hope that Temba and George can just stick with us here until tea. About an hour and 5 minutes to go until tea. So let's hope they can hang in there.
The one thing that was noticeable by George Linder in that white ball series against England was it looked like he belonged. It looked like he was part of the team, and he didn't look flustered at all. No, he looked like he's got the mental side of it sorted.
And we have Noman coming to attack, and Temba Bavuma tries to cut this one for no run. Oaks, I quickly want to do some tweets. Does someone mind just jumping on ball by ball?
I'll do the last ball here of Nauman Ali's 9th over.
I'll hit you with the tweets after this over's done.
Okay, so he's coming through and around to Bavuma, blocks this into the onside, no run. End of the over. 139 for 5 tweets.
So we have Anis Mohammed saying, "No man QDK. That's not a shot of a captain." And I'm going to like that tweet because that actually plays on my heartstrings. Facts, bro. That's not what you want to see from your captain, man. You want a captain that's like, level-headed, because if you're losing your core,
right.
If you're losing your core there, how are you leading the team? So many questions about this captaincy.
Yeah, we needed Quinton to play his unnatural game, to find that test batting Quinton de Kock, because if he can stick around and get the score to like 250, then he can cut loose and
Then you
go
can back
mad.
loose, you know?
Yeah. But not 100 and something for 4 or for 3. There you don't want shots played like the one that got him out. Yeah, that's cool.
That's the Shah's first ball is just cut it on the offside for no run. The second is driven quite hard by Linda, but straight to the bowler along the ground, also no run.
They've got a leg slip in short.
We have a long tweet from Anis
square
Mohammed.
leg and a slip for George Linder. He looks nice and relaxed. Concentration showing on his face there.
The third ball is drifted down the left side of Yasser Shah, and Linda is able to get a single. The ball goes down towards fine leg.
So we have a question here from Ravi.
Rotate the strike. Let's go for it.
Perfect. That's literally what Anis Mohammed was saying in her tweets. She was saying rotating the strike versus a spinner constantly does more damage to the spinner's confidence than trying to slog them out the attack. I'm just going to pause there while you do this ball.
That's what Faf Duplessis and Aragorn were doing in that last half an hour or so before lunch.
Continuing the tweets, by trying to do that, the batters are giving the bowlers opportunities instead of just knocking and nudging them around for 3 and over. Yeah.
Short square leg going to Silly Point now.
The next delivery is wide out of the off stump. The cuts it, but cuts it straight to the fielder along the ground, no run.
And Anis Mohammed, you're speaking facts. VAR hate here.
The truth
Fuller
out.
Fuller straight from Yasser Shah, and Boomer gets back behind it solidly, no run.
140 for 5, 41 overs gone. I think this next one will be my last over on the air, and then I'll be back after tea. So looking at the bowling figures, Shaheen Shah Afridi, 9 overs, 37 runs, 1 wicket, 4.1 economy. Hassan Ali, 8 overs, 3 maidens, 35 runs, 4.38. Fahim, 5 overs, 12 runs, 2.4 runs per over. Rahman Ali, 9 overs, 3 maidens, 21 for 2, 2.33. And Yasir Shah, 10 overs, 30 runs, and 1 wicket.
And all of a sudden,
debut here for Rahman Ali.
Bowlers. Exactly. Fantastic debut.
So let's see. Rahman Ali is going to continue. 10th over for him. And Tim, you're going to carry on with the ball by ball, right?
That was all a mix-up. Do you want me to do ball by ball?
Yes, please, while I smack the tweets.
Okay, I'll do ball by ball.
Thanks, Tim.
New over from Naman Ali. It's a fuller ball, a bit too full from Naman Ali. George Linder drives it out of the offside. Looks like it could be a 4. No, it's not.
They could even run 4.
Pulled in.
I feel like Dean Alba.
That was a good old sprint there. They got 3.
They could have run that 4th run. They legitimately could have run that 4th run. That's crazy.
Nice big ground here in Karachi, it looks like. So we've seen a couple of 3s already and lots of 2s and 3s on offer. Hi, Simon.
Hi, guys, and well done for keeping the fires burning all the way through this morning. I really appreciate it, Jen.
Simon, a greeting.
Hello.
Guys.
Simon.
Blocked, no run. All right. Can I drift off?
Yes, you can go. Thanks, Tim. Well done. I'm just trying to sort out get Chris on, but the Mac is being a pain. There we go. There's Chris. You can add
and no man comes this one blocked to the offside for no run, onside for no run. Chris, the boy. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, haven't missed too much cricket in between. Just missed us throwing a couple more wickets away.
Exactly. So, Chepo, I know that you have been on for a full hour already. If you would like to go, or at least have a break for a bit and come back, I'm sure Chris and I can handle it. Just the two of us. How
No
are you feeling?
chance, man. I'm feeling keen to chat about cricket.
Oh, okay,
Do some
awesome.
commentary.
No one's
If
ever
there's-
gonna.
if there's-
You're in
space.
exactly the right place.
How lucky.
We are just going to have to the folks listening at home. You're not missing anything at the moment. We're on a drinks break. The score at the moment
What?
for our CR is 144
I think-
5.
Are we on a
You
drinks
might
break?
have to
Oh,
sync with everyone else, Simon.
wait. My feed is quite far behind. Where? What do you see,
Oh,
Chris?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I had
so-
to.
I paused mine so that I was sort of synced up with what commentary you guys are doing. So it's 41.5 overs for me at the moment.
Yo,
Okay.
144 for 5.
Well,
Yeah,
hold
I
on.
was-
Okay, the way we can do this is who of us is on streaming and who of us is on a DSTV TV feed.
I'm on streaming.
Okay,
I'm
so
on
you're going to be
TV.
the slow. Okay, so you're going to be the slowest. So, Chepo, if you will just give us ball by ball until such
100%.
time, and also, in fact, I'm on ads at the moment anyway, so we can't do that. So what we'll do
Same.
is once we're back on screen, then Chris and I will just pause our feed. In the meantime, there is cricket going on across in Durban as well. Which Cricket Info is now not giving me the scores of, which is kind of irritating. So I'm going to sort that out in the meantime. I'm also going to try and figure out what is wrong with our scorecard and why that's not updating. So I'll let you guys just chat amongst yourselves, as it were.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I have
we
a
managed
few
to get
tweets
enough
that I
chatting
quickly
on
want-
it. Yeah, that's the best
Chris,
way
do you want to
do
say anything, or must I just
it. Go
smack
for the
you?
tweets. It's
Okay, so
the
we have a
tweets are
tweet
like
from
the
Ravi.
teleprompter.
Facts. Robbie Rady says, I got a feeling that South Africa will be bowling today. Not looking good. Hashtag Puck VSA. And I'm having that same feeling, Ravi. It's not a good feeling in the tummy. And we have another apology from Anis Muhammad saying, I apologize for jinxing Algar. And yeah, no, you should hang your head in silence and in shame. He could have had a century. No jokes. The Pakistanis are bowling too well. And then we have from MCG SCG Gabba 2020-21. Yo, must have an Indian supporter here. If the new Pakistani spinner isn't able to take a high catch, it won't be his fault because it would have fallen in Nama's land. No man's land. Ah, that's funny. That's good. That's good. That's a joke. That's a boom. Get a like there. Sorry for my failed delivery. I should have done better. I should read the tweets before I read the tweets, actually.
Okay, so we are. Oh no, we're not back on. We're still waiting for you to come back online. aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll just let us know when we're back.
And no matter what happens in this game, we know that the real game is happening in Durban, where South Africa's ready to 0 up in a 3-match series. Currently, the South African women are 53 for no loss. Lazaldi on 37, Laura Walmart on 11. So that's one of the better starts that we've had.
100%. It's good to see that both openers are in. I felt that Wolfart, hopefully she doesn't run herself out today. That would be great.
Yeah, they both. Wolfart's been dropped twice this morning, and Lizelle Lee dropped once. To be honest, the quality of fielding in this women's series has been diabolical. I've been very, very unimpressed.
Except Mlaba's one catch. The first ball.
Yeah,
the first ball to Temba Bavuma. Did you guys get that?
Okay, so you just give us
no run.
I'll catch up.
Yeah, you give us ball by ball, and I will wait for you to get us to the 10th ball of the 5th ball of the over. Then I'll be able to be with you.
The 5th ball of the over. Okay, I'm about to see the second. That's bowled and played onto the onside for no run. Chris, do you see the same thing?
Yeah.
Or am I the only one that's behind?
You just go. And we will catch up with you when.
I've synced it, so I'm about where you are.
Okay, cool. Third ball coming in. Yasir bowls this one, and Temba Bavuma cuts this square of the wickets for no run. And that's the third ball done.
Listen, everyone was talking about this being an absolute road of a pitch. But certainly 145 for 5. Has South Africa batted appallingly, or have the Pakistanis bowled well?
I think that's
this
quite
one
a
was
big
net
part
for
of
no
it.
run.
It's been quite a few wickets given away. Markram was looking comfortable against Hassan Ali, not so much Shaheen Shah, really. And it was quite a good delivery that got him with the thick outside edge. And then, the run out was entirely unnecessary. A few soft wickets. Hopefully these two.
And Temba
are
Bavuma
left-handed
on the
at
back foot hooks this in front of square for 1 run. Pulls this
Is
one.
And that's not 10.5.
Is that 10.5?
Yeah, 10.5 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'll wait for the next ball and then I'm on.
Awesome.
So 144 for 5 at the moment is 145 for 5 rather is South Africa, and really making heavy going of this morning.
Yeah, definitely. It didn't seem like it needed to be this difficult of a task. Batsmen looked like it was a bit of a struggle. There was the pitch was offering turn, but not so much that it's difficult to survive. As we see the last ball of the over, George Linder plays this one off his pad square to deep square leg for a single. South Africa sitting on 146 for 5 at the end of this over.
And we did see Dean Elgar was able to bat very comfortably throughout the innings until suddenly he wasn't, where he flashed at one. So, it does make me worried that the pitch doesn't seem to be doing that much, and we are finding ourselves in trouble.
Yeah, I'm trying to cast my mind back to what we used to think about Pakistan pitches back in the day. I mean, you were telling us that Chris, that you were 9 or 10 when
Yeah,
the last
but I
played
did
there.
find the scorecard.
Chepa
I
wasn't
might
even
be
born
able
yet,
to
I
find
don't
it
think.
again. No, Chepa, I think, slightly older than me.
Oh, is he really? Oh, okay. Somehow I thought that Chepa was a youngster. All right. It's the oil of Olay that he uses.
As no one comes to attack, this one blocked for no run. He's coming from over the wickets to the left-handed Linder. And we have a crowd right around Linder. A leg slip, a normal slip, short square leg, and even a short point, a short mid-wicket.
We've certainly seen the leg slip used a lot in the last 6 months or so in Test cricket.
And comes down the ground as George Linder double steps. This gets to the pitch of the ball and just drives this straight past the bowler for 4 runs. Yes.
Yeah,
yes, he says
very
yes
good
as he takes South Africa to 150.
Very good aggressive captaincy, I think, there with all the close-up fielders. And also, at least for now, I'll say good aggressive batting. The initiative looks good when it does go for 4, but if he was double-stepping and that went straight to the field, I think we'd be cursing him.
Yeah, it was very well
executed.
I mean, he knew the ball was spinning into him. You know, he had the pad there, and if he got taken by surprise, and double stepping obviously takes the bat pad out of the game as well a little bit.
And this one bowled a little flatter, chopped into the ground for no run.
Yeah, and you could see just playing it out of the crease, he suddenly looked a lot less safe there, didn't he? Getting sort of 3/4 of the ball there and stunning it into the pitch at his feet.
And the question is, does he continue batting aggressively to sort of take the pressure off himself, or does he bat more nuggety, if you will, and try to just knock the ball around for a single like he just did there to the onside for 1 run?
Well, I think the secret of batting on the subcontinent or to subcontinent spinners, anyway, is to use your feet sensibly. You know, it's something I often try and educate young players that just because you double step doesn't mean that you then have to try and send it into the stands. You know, it's just about trying to knock the bowler off his length. And there you saw it. Nauman just dropping it a little bit shorter, and he was easily able to work it onto the leg side.
So just to throw the bowler off his length as Temba Bavuma blocks this one for no run. Does that make the cup? Does that make you as the batsman, put you in control of back? This one played to the leg side by Temba Bavuma, clipped off the pads for 1 run.
Well, I mean, spinning
We'll
is
say it again.
completely a rhythm game, isn't it? And you don't want you don't want the opposition spinner to get into that rhythm where he's just landing it on a penny each time and allowing natural variation to cause you problems. So you do want to force him to be thinking about you as he runs up to bowl rather than thinking about his own game. And just coming down the wicket once, twice, and over is probably enough to do that.
For the last part of that Naman Ali over, I noticed he was bowling in between the umpire and the wickets, sort of where you start from the right-hand side, cut across in front of the umpire, and then bowl sort of left arm around into Temba Bavuma.
Yeah, he's the new over now, Yasir Shah, who is just right arm over and doesn't have that through and around issue.
That one was blocked for no run. Sorry, blocked for no run.
The bowling figures at the moment, Yasir Shah is now in his 12th over. He's taken 1 for 32. Naman Ali 2 for 31 off his 11. It's been good attacking spinning here.
No doubt about it. Last ball was just left by Temba Bavuma into the keeper's hands. No, good spin on display. Good partnership. And this one driven by Temba Bavuma. Passes cover, pierces the gap. This one is running to the boundary but being chased. A bit of teamwork fielding there. It's a bit of a juggle. But they come back for 3, it seems.
So what happened there is the fielder slid in next to it, and the ball then followed him towards the boundary, and he had to flick it again up to the man who was chasing. And in the end, I mean, he very, very nearly actually had his foot on the boundary as he flicked it for the second time. He's got his foot on the boundary now. Then he very cleverly lifts it off before he flicks it the second time. So it was flicks it into the mouth of his mate. Yeah. So all in all, a comedy of errors.
This outfield is looking quite lush, not very quick, but very long. I saw Dean Algar's first boundary that was given as a boundary. He actually ran all 4 of those runs. So we have quite a big field here. And there was also another one from Temba Bavuma and George Linda that could have been run for 4, as Linda just plays this to the leg side for no run. It's quite a wide field. Not going to get 6s here easily.
Yeah, and one of the starkest contrasts in color between the pitch and the field that I've ever seen. Where it's a very dry-looking pitch and just the greenest, lushest field. And
this one just pushed beyond the slip that was standing there. Looks like they might get 2, could be 3 for the throw. No, just the 2. South Africa sitting on 157 for 5 with 1 ball left of this over.
Yeah, I wonder to what extent the fact that this stadium hasn't been used for a lot of cricket lately, whether that does mean that that the outfield really is in tip-top shape. It was used for a 5-day. I heard the commentators talking about it earlier. Yeah. The final of Pakistan's first class.
We have a big appeal here, and George Linda has been caught in front. LBW has been reviewed immediately. Looks like it could have been going down leg.
But look, or umpire's I also think that was going down leg. We are true South Africans saying that, but
yes, true. We want it to be going down leg.
Yeah.
Umpire's
so Yasir Shah was coming around the wicket, angling it into the left-handed Linda. It hit him probably middle and leg, and it's going to have to turn back a long way.
It's the impact is.
I'm worried that it might not be an umpire's call.
Yeah, that's probably going to be umpire's call.
I don't think
I can see it.
It looks like it has a little bit of turn.
Yeah. The one thing that might have encouraged the umpire is you can see the leg stump as it hits him. So he managed to get his front foot quite a long way across. But even looking at the replay, I think that this is going down leg. So Ultra Edge shows that the bat hit the ground, but there doesn't seem to be any contact between bat and ball. Hit him low down on that front foot, just above the ankle, as he's trying to flick it around his front pad to leg. Are we getting to see the DRS?
This one's going down leg. So missing leg. Oof, going missing far down leg. Yo, by miles. That was a shock over call by Alim Dar.
It really was.
Three good by South African umpires. You got it right.
Yeah, it's it's one of the nice things about about umpiring is you can practice it on the TV, in real time in a way that you can't sort of practice being a batsman or a bowler while you're watching Test match cricket. And certainly my daughter and I have loved being virtual umpires in the series that have been on lately. But that really wasn't a great great decision at all. I mean, I don't know whether he thought had Yasser been spinning it hard away from the left-hander before that. I hadn't really been paying too close.
I don't think so, because
I think he's been spinning
he
into
does
the
have
lefty.
the wrong end, but he's mostly turning it into the batsman or turning it into the left-hander.
I mean, he would have had to have assumed that was going to be a vicious leg break to the left-hander. You know, really, really turning away for him to get any.
The wrong end.
Anyway, so George Linder quite rightly reviews that. Survives. South Africa retains their reviews. They've still got 3, and South Africa continue at 157 for 5 now with
and no man coming from around the wicket to Temba Bavuma. Blocked or played back to the bowler for no run.
And although
So do
I'm
you
sure a
think,
lot of our listeners...
No, please,
I
Chris,
was just
go
going
right
to say, I'm
ahead.
sure a lot of people do know that now everyone has 3 reviews instead of 2 reviews, and I think that's because of current COVID regulations and all of that. We've got home umpires for all the series, so there's just the extra review, just in case there's that risk of bias. 2 Pakistani umpires here, obviously, so we get 1 extra review.
What do you guys? I mean, I understand why they've done it because of this conservative bias. But what do you guys think of
played
three
off the black foot, off the back foot by Temba Bavuma for no run. For no run.
Rather you than us, Chapo.
Oh man.
You're going to ask, Simon?
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you guys think of the third review as a concept?
I haven't seen anyone really use up all 3 reviews, but so maybe it lets the side be a bit more trigger happy, because I don't think the umpires are actually doing their job any differently. They're up at
no one coming from around the wicket. This one played to the next side. They look like they want to go for 2, but they don't. They decide against it. So it's just a single to the leg side for Temba Bavuma. Sorry about that, Chris.
I think it has the benefit where we're going to end up with more correct decisions all the way through, but it does slightly take out the gamesmanship of using your reviews more tactically. And that's also an interesting aspect of the game. So, it depends what you favor, the gamesmanship of it or just getting more correct decisions.
Honestly, I wish there were some reviews in the English Premier League. I feel like the VAR system needs to be like the review system. We only get a few VARs, but anyway, it's a totally different sport. It's just my own little pet peeve anyway.
And one where you've chosen you've chosen 2 of the worst people to talk to about it. I don't think Simon and I have been following Premier League too closely. I've been watching Percy Tao's games, and that's about it.
Because I play a fantasy league, I watch individual players, and that's about it. I have a very poor idea of the actual sort of team aspect of the game.
And George Linder just plays this off the back foot to the leg side for no run.
We seem to. So, just if you are watching on YouTube, I am aware that our scorecard seems to be slow, and I really don't know what to do about it because it's got nothing to do with me updating the feed or anything. And on the feed that brings that scorecard in, it's up to date. So I really am
is there no
at a
refresh button or something?
There is, which I have been happily refreshing, and it's refreshed on the refresh side, but not on our side, if that makes any sense. I mean, in terms of the 3 reviews, I particularly watching the Australia-India series, I really felt that the teams were reviewing too much.
Too many,
because of the third. And we got into some ridiculous situations. Nathan Lyon
driven to cover for no run. Sorry about that, Simon.
Nathan Lyon in particular reviewed a decision and then walked off the field. And was like lurking on the boundary, waiting for the third umpire to make his decision. And I thought that was poor form as much as anything else.
This one played square of the wickets to point for no run. Yeah, poor form. 100%.
Yeah, but also was a bit of a waste of, obviously a waste of everyone's time. So this has certainly taught me that I think the right number of reviews is 2.
Agreed. This one flights it up a little bit. Temba Bavuma plays this down the ground for a single. And South Africa sitting on 159 for 5 after 46.3 overs.
Yeah, we'll keep saying that until South Africa runs out of reviews and convince ourselves that the umpires are against us. On that, I was just checking the tweets now as well, if that's okay. Just the one that was relevant was AB saying that Alim Dar fell for the "if I scream loud enough, he'll give it out" thing. So I guess AB's. We obviously don't have live sounds, but AB's obviously, I guess, a pretty loud appeal from the Pakistanis. That works for me when I'm umpiring. I'm very easily influenced.
Yeah.
Oof, and this one looked like it might have hit the pads. George Linder played this very late, played it to the offside for no run.
Particularly for caught behind, because I don't know whether my ears are getting old or what it is, but I'm not convinced. I often hear snicks, and I've often seen a batsman walk when my gut feel was that he wasn't out, but I figure he must know whether he touched it.
Oh, George Linder off the back foot plays this on the leg side into the gap, and it looks like he's got himself 4 runs. Very good shot there. Played a similar shot the ball before, but this one pierces the gap and runs to the boundary for 4. Definitely showing that he's a batting or he's an all-rounder rather. He's not just here for the bowling.
Yeah, George Linder looking the part. He's there on 18 now, and he's only in his second Test match, but he's sitting on an average of 41, which if he could maintain for the rest of his career, he'd be filled with it.
Although it's a small sample size, in the recent first-class competition, he's been averaging 43 with the bats and 23 with the ball. So you can understand why he's been included in the side.
He's looking so comfortable.
He's definitely earned his spot. If that's the average of 23.
He's like so last time we toured, Paul Harris was our spinner. We've definitely upgraded that. We've got 2 better spinners than Harris, both Maharaj and Linder.
That was a weird period when Paul Harris was the best spinner in the country.
But he took a 5 though. We were talking about it earlier. The last time we played a test in Karachi, Paul Harris was our spinner. It was our first choice spinner along with Graham Smith and Hashimama. Who also bowled a couple of overs each.
Yeah,
I can't be too rude about Paul Harris. He used to have a holiday house in the same complex as me, and he used to wave at me. So he's actually quite good in my book.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Oh, hello, young man.
Oh, look, there's the man who stalks us through the kitchen window.
Hello.
I don't think
Maybe
he called me a man. The
the
last time I saw him was probably the last time we played in Pakistan. I was probably still about 10 years old then. So if he called me a man...
There's a bit of a hiatus as they bring the fast bowling figure of Shaheen Afridi back into the mix. The man with 1980s soap opera style looks, and he'll be bowling. I think.
Did you say soap opera style lips?
Soap opera
as in like his lips.
No, his looks, not his
looks. Oh,
looks,
I see.
Yeah, he's got hair straight out of
blocks this to the soap opera. Yeah, no, it looks fantastic. And this one blocked by Temba Bavuma right to the soap opera star Shaheen.
You can picture him in one of those Mexican novellas. What do they call them? The Mexican
on Telemundo.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go.
So right now,
Rodrigo was my father.
The shortest player in this match facing the tallest player in this match.
Just about the shortest man in world cricket, I think. Is anyone shorter than Temba Bavuma in world cricket at the moment?
Not sure.
I think of anyone.
He just chips this to the leg side.
I don't think.
Yeah.
We've had this conversation before.
Yeah, that West Indian keeper back in the day was shorter than.
I think Kruger van Wyk, who was briefly the New Zealand keeper, is the shortest international player. As we get visuals of tic-tac-toe being played.
What on earth?
The solar panel.
Yes. I miss. Oh, jeez, that was a piss poor effort by everybody, to be honest. Not particularly well played, and the board itself didn't work either.
Oh no. What was that? Shine Afridi coming from around the wicket now to Temba Bavuma, blocked for no run. Only has one slip and a gully, so not looking like there's a lot of movement on offer here. Maybe looking for some reverse swing. Maybe it's reverse swing time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised at how many overs he's bowled. Actually, I mean, 9 overs already on a day that's been dominated by spin is a lot. Did he bowl all of that in one go this morning?
I think
to the offside for no run, to the leg side for no run.
Definitely.
Gents, if you'll excuse me, I have to take this call.
Cool. Now we can chat shit about Simon for a bit.
Yeah, it's good that Simon's gone because now no one's going to take wickets. Wow. No, that's nonsense.
Now we can make references to young people things.
No, yeah, like, I don't know. Let's talk about TikTok or something. I feel so old talking about TikTok. Jesus. That is, I even feel old just saying that. I should get an account. Shine Afridi comes, from around the wickets. This one played off the back foot. A very nice drive, but didn't really get the ball running. Only got a single there. Does Temba Bavuma, sitting on 11 or 42 balls. 12 or 43, rather. And South Africa sitting on 164 for 5. So who else?
I don't mind this.
If you mentioned, say hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, it was a bit slow for a bit. If you carry on with your question.
I was going to ask about other short players. I can't think of many shorter than Temba Bavuma in history. Actually, that could be an interesting.
James Taylor, he played for England 2015, 2016 when they came to South Africa. And then they were both very good fielders, fielding at short leg, both Bavuma and James Taylor.
This one blocked by George Linder for no run. South Africa sitting on 164 for 5 at the end of the over. James Taylor, you say?
Yeah, that's a bit of a sad story. He finally broke his way into the English team, was playing very well, and then found out that he had a heart condition and was advised not to play sport anymore. So he had to retire for that in his mid-20s.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
mid-20s.
I mean, that sort of thing is absolutely terrifying. There was tragically a story this week that I heard. A youngster who had just started in grade 8 at St. John's was there on an academic and a sports scholarship, the top swimmer, all of those sort of things, and dropped dead of something similar, either a heart or a brain condition, absolutely out of the blue. Yeah, so folks have got to be careful.
Yeah, it's frightening because it's not something you'd ever look to check at that sort of age.
Yeah. As Numan comes into attack, comes from around the wickets to the right-hander, and this one blocked for no run.
It also happened coincidentally, well, not quite to that extent, but in a basketball trade recently, a player called Karis LeVert was traded, and as part of the trade, they do medicals, and during an MRI, they found a lump on one of his kidneys, and now he's out indefinitely as well. Also early 20s.
Hectic. This one played to the leg side for 1 run. Well, another heart condition. That's crazy. What type of heart conditions are these?
I can look exactly what James Taylor had. In the women's game at the moment, South Africa lost their first wicket now. Lizelle Lee fell for 49. Damn. 49 for Lizelle. South Africa 79 for 1.
And Temba Bavuma drives this to cover for no run. South Africa on 165, the men on this side. Sure. The James Taylor I've got here is 1-9. So it's not the James Taylor that I'm thinking of. James Taylor cricket. As no man comes to attack. This one driven by Temba Bavuma. And he's, great fielding. Who's that? By number 61. Was that Butts again?
It's Fahim
Ashraf. Whenever I see good fielding, I just think it's Butts. But to be fair, the Pakistani fielding has been pretty acrobatic today, I must say. Oh, look at that. fifth ball of the innings. This one blocked of the over, rather. This one blocked for no run. Yes, the James Taylor from cricket is 1.6 and Temba Bavuma is 1.62. Oh, wait. 1.68 is the James Taylor and Temba Bavuma 1.62. As we look for the shortest cricketer in history. I wonder who that is.
I'm quite sure Kruger van Wyk is about 5 foot flat, maybe even shorter.
This one played to the offside for the run.
There's two 8-year-olds who play for Wanderers. Two little 8-year-old boys. They're twins, and they are both tiny. I mean, they literally come up to my waist. But I have never seen two cricketers have such intense rivalry as these two little kids. Absolutely hate each other. The only time that the parents can keep them even vaguely civil is when they're bowling and batting at each other in the nets. And then they just go hammer and tongs for an hour, and then mom takes them home, hopefully reasonably exhausted. But look forward to them breaking into the scene some point later on. And they are such good cricketers. As much as you can tell at that age, anyway. But smashing the ball all over the place. But tiny, tiny little kids. None of their kit fits them. It's very cute.
Kruger van Wyk was 1.19. Sorry, I found the shortest.
I think they're underestimated. He was definitely short, but I think they've got that number wrong. We've had this.
No, 1.19 is impossible. That's as tall as my table. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was probably around 4'11" or 5 foot. He was short, but he wasn't just inhumane. Yeah. Way off the
I'm
scales
seeing
like
a picture
that.
here, dude, and this guy looks very. He looks like a head. There's a picture of him here with Dhoni and I'm not sure who's there at slip, but he's comfortably head and shoulders below MS Dhoni. Comfortably.
I know he was the Tux cricket coach a couple of years ago. I don't know if he still is. Kruger van Wyk.
Ooh, and this one almost chopped onto the stumps by Temba Bavuma. Sure, the Pakistanis looking with fire in their eyes at the shortest cricketer in the game at the moment.
He hung his bat out a little bit, got an inside edge, bounced behind the stumps and through to a diving keeper. That was close.
I've just had to put my phone on an ice block where it is going to overheat and kick me off Chrome again. I don't know what it is about streaming, but it just kills this phone.
Sure, that's heavy, bro. As Shaheen Afridi comes to attack here, and this one cut but chopped down onto the floor for no run. There was lots of talk of this being... Sorry, Simon.
No, I was just saying, don't worry, Chris. We'll definitely be able to hold the fort if you do disappear. I'll bring up Twitter in the moment so that we are sort of vaguely prepared for you should you disappear.
Bless you.
Remember, you can tweet us at Gorilla SA. That's GUERILLASA. Gorilla SA.
There was lots of talk about this being sorry, Simon.
No, and certainly Mpho is very keen for you to follow us on YouTube as well, where he puts out a lot of the podcasts that 1WSL put out.
This one blocked onto the offside for no run.
Yeah, it's a bit of a building phase, I think, for Bavuma and Linda here. Bavuma in particular, I think, is taking his role of anchor very, very seriously. 13 of 51. Linda's been a little bit more attacking, 18 of 29. He's been able to play with the spin against Yasir Shah and just turn it into the leg side where he's got a lot of his runs. And but maybe he's going to quieten down a bit more against Shaheen Afridi as well.
Yorker length to Temba Bavuma in the block hole, blocked it out. Very well played for a quick single. South Africa sitting on 167 for 5. No, this is definitely looking like a... Sorry, Chris, please.
I was just going to say we were talking about height and we were talking about twins. And part of the South African squad is the 20-year-old Marco Jansen, who came in last minute for Otniel Bartman. He's one of a pair of twins, but he's also 6'9", which I think would make him just about our tallest ever bowler if he were to get a go.
Sorry, who's the chap you were talking about?
Marco Jansen. He's part of the South African squad at the moment. I mean, we've got a very big squad. It's unlikely that he'll get game time unless something terrible happens. But he is there.
This one, a Yorker length to George Linden, once again blocked out of the block hole, and this one was for no run.
Yeah, there's clearly a sweet spot for fast bowlers that you can be too tall. I think.
Another no ball for Shaheen Afridi.
He's been overstepping quite a lot this over, I think, and I think that's the second one for the over, which I'm sure is causing his captain some irritation. He'll have to bowl that one again.
And this one, once again, in the block hole, same length, same results, no run.
Has a bit of a shy back at the keeper. Come on, dude. And he takes his foppish hair back down to the start of his run-up for the final ball of his over. South Africa 168 for 5 now, with one ball shy of the 50th over. Linda is there on 18. Bavuma is there on 14. Having a look at these.
Nothing but just
behind there. Was that the one that was given no ball, I think? And I think that was the one that was that was called no ball. I think that was probably unlucky, to be honest. I wonder if that was given no ball by the third umpire or by the standing umpire.
I think it was the third. And this one driven by George Linder. Fantastic cover drive. And this one probably did just run to the boundary. The fielder just saving it there, but no, it was definitely 4 runs.
Yeah, I think we'll have to have another look at that.
What a great shot.
The fielder himself saying that they need to check that, and I'm inclined to agree.
He's already over the line.
Yeah, it's definitely a 4. Who was the fielder there? It was Hassan.
That shot.
Hassan Ali.
It was Hassan Ali. Oh, but that was a fantastic shot from George Linder. Definitely the aggressor of the two, and he's playing his role very nicely, I must say. Very good-looking shot. Great cover drive, pierced the gap and everything. Textbook stuff. South Africa sitting on 172 for 5.
Just news out of Durban that South African women are 92 for 1 after 20.2 overs. The batters in, Sine Lees is just at the crease. She's on 4 of 10, and Laura Wolfart 33. Laura is 33 for 2, if not 33 for 3 by now. She was dropped a couple of times. One very, very difficult chance at point, but a sitter at slip where she was dropped. But she's been unlucky with run-outs this series. I think we can allow her a couple. And the better out, Lizelle Lee, she fell just shy of her 50. She went for 49. That's the third of those ODIs between the South African and the Pakistan woman down in Durban.
It's very strange as Numan comes to Temba Bavuma, continuing his spell. It's very strange that I think it's only Marizanne Kaap who has a half century for the South Africans in the series, whereas Wolfart has 2 40s to her name. Is it 2 40s?
No, she's got a 28 and a 40.
And it was 28. Oh, it was Lizelle Lee who got 40 in the second game. But still no one getting that half century then. This one blocked by Temba Bavuma for no run. The partnership of 36 here. This is quite a healthy partnership being built by these two, I must say.
Yeah, it came at an important time. 130 odd for 5. South Africa were in trouble.
I didn't think we were going to get to 200 when suddenly wickets were falling like that.
Yeah. And this one played through on the leg side, through the keeper's legs. We'll see if it's buys or if it's what a terrible throw by Baba Azam. What a terrible throw. Wow-wee. Now it's leg buys, given leg buys. That went through the keeper's legs.
How on earth does Pakistan selections work? That they will quite happily select a 13-year-old as a fast bowler, and like here we've got Nauman Ali, who is 34 years and 111 days as he makes his debut. He was born in 1986.
What?
34 years old, yeah. He's played. I mean, he's actually only played 79 first-class games, which you would think he would have played a few more.
And Linda comes down the track and drives this right back to the bowler. Almost looks like he's going to shy there, but no run there. As you're saying.
Yeah, he's one of the teams he's played.
Earlier we spoke about the fact that in the recent first-class domestic competition.
Sorry, Oaks, you're going to have to repeat yourselves because you both spoke at the same time. George Linder plays this to the offside for a very comfortable single.
Go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to say, Naman Ali, we spoke about it earlier, but in the recent domestic first-class competition, he has taken 61 wickets at an average of 23, and I think he's the second highest wicket taker. So yeah, if you need a second spinner, he's definitely put his hand up. And spinners have much longer careers. We've still got Imran Tahir around, Durwan Pereira for Sri Lanka's 38, so you can still get a good 4 or 5 years out of someone debuting at 34.
And this one,
I'm not complaining at all. I definitely think that that selectors are far too quick to stop looking at guys once they're in their early 30s. I have a personal beef at the moment with the South African women who have not selected a very, very good batter who happens to be 32. And she's been just so prolific at domestic level at the moment. And
that's Kirsty Thompson.
Kirsty Thompson, yeah. But maybe it's also because she's the captain of my daughter's club, so we've got a personal investment there in wanting to see her in the green and gold. She had played and then went away and got a medical degree and then came back and hasn't been able to break back into the side.
Yeah, we saw a few good scores in that recent MSL, and Kirsty Thompson was one of them. Another one of them was Annika Bosch, who is actually getting a chance today. She's in the side, so it'll be interesting to see how she does.
So you broke up as you were saying. Who was the other person that you want to see?
Annika Bosch, who's got a game now.
Oh, is she in the squad today? That's good to hear. And another player who probably the one that Kirsty was up against was Faye Tunnicliffe. And Faye's a very, very destructive batsman when she gets going. So she'd be someone I'd like to see in the T20s.
A hell of a lot
shot into
younger
attack,
as well.
and this one played to the leg side by George Linder for no run.
Yeah, you're quite right.
And
Faye's in her early 20s.
And she can keep bowl and bat. That's sort of strange all-rounder that can do all three. Ravi alerting us to the fact that there's quite a few tweets. So he says Christendale sounds like the sort of kind of guy who says chops instead of chips. I don't think I am, but now I'm going to be hyper aware of it. I'd like to believe
instead
that
of
I would.
chips.
Chops.
And Yassir played to the leg side by George Linder off the back foot, really looking very nice off the back foot, playing square of the wickets is George Linder. Actually looking good in general as he moves to 24 off 37 balls. South Africa on 175 for 5. Hit us with those tweets.
Ravi also,
Chris, are you going to do tweets for us, mate?
I'll rattle through them quickly. Ravi also says that there was a former Windies opener, Leon Garrick, that was just under 5 feet tall, if memory serves. Linux Lair says much needed consolidation from these two here. Temba making a second test time would be the cherry on top and a very welcome way to wind up the racist Egypts. I think as soon as Bavuma gets anything resembling a ton, Twitter suddenly puts all the pressure on him. Everyone's talking about it. This is going to be the one. Temba's finally going to get his second 100. I don't think there's anyone
Temba plays this to the offside for no run. We have another ball coming in from Yassir Shah, and this one plays the offside once again for no run.
Anis Mohammed says that there's only one reason to download TikTok, and that reason is sea shanties. # shanty talk. I've seen that's infiltrated greater media as well. Lots of sea shanties. I get TikToks put on my Twitter.
What?
Yeah.
This one blocked.
Like the old songs that pirates would sing.
That explains something, because I did come across a reference to sea shanties in a forum that was unrelated. That something about how do we all feel about sea shanties coming back after 300 years? I had no idea what they were talking about, but it's obviously a TikTok thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Your Oaks. There's like a whole world of TikTok, and it's big, and it's like it's real, and I know nothing about it. This is
what it feels like to be old, Seppo.
Yes,
Okay,
that's exactly what you guys are experiencing. Welcome.
Oh, jeepers. It is so weird. It is so strange.
Just a shot of the old style scoreboard at the Karachi Stadium. That is the same style of scoreboard they used to have at the Wanderers, with individual numbers that you have to slide in and out of grooves, and little windows for the guys in the scoreboard to be able to watch out and watch the game. When I was a little kid, when I was about 9 or 10, my ultimate dream job was working the scoreboard at Wanderers. I never ever got it right.
Wait, did you? Oh, and this one played down the ground by George Linder for a very cheeky single to take the partnership to 40 runs. Did you wait? You never managed to be a scoreboard kid. How do you even
I never
become a
did.
scoreboard kid?
Well, in fact, I did. I mean, I ran the scoreboard for Nuffield on at least two years in a row, and loved that. But I mean, I was 10 years old.
Oh, and this one played by
lovely
Temba
shots.
Bavuma, very well played. A paddle shot, taking it all the way from the offside, playing it to the leg side, very fine. And a fielder just gets to it, and Temba Bavuma gets 2 runs. Should get 2 runs off that. Yes.
Linux Layer says, as best as I can tell, PCB selection works thusly. 1 hat full of names, 1 hat full of plain rolls. Draw 15 from each hat and use left-hand park management techniques to pair them up.
That's so rude. Temba Bavuma drives this one straight to cover. Very good looking drive. That's so mean. Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, we've also recently seen Fawad Alam brought back into the Pakistani side after a long time away from it.
Yeah.
I'll
There's
be
a lot
happy
more
to see
goes on
that
under the
as well.
surface in Pakistan cricket than we realize, I think.
This
We
one
certainly
blocked for
suspect.
no run.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier, the fact that Mohammad Amir retired at about 27, but also said he'd come back if they changed the coaching staff.
That's
Lots,
very
yeah, maybe. So we've got a competition of some of the 2 most troubled back rooms in cricket at the moment.
That's so true. That's so true. And both teams are rebuilding. It's a very interesting. How major do you think the impact of the backroom staff is on the playing, as this one blocked for no run by Temba Bavuma? Do you think it's that major of a thing where players won't come to play because of the staff?
Oh, you talking about in South Africa or in Pakistan?
In South Africa.
Yeah, it must have an impact. I think that generally, stability is such a secret to success.
This one blocked
Yeah,
for
there
no run.
seems to be a lot of people that believe that AB de Villiers would still be around if we had different management behind the scenes. But
I'm not convinced
he's never
that's
come out
true.
and said that himself. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's never said that himself. That's just what a lot of people believe.
I think what we forget is that AB de Villiers played 12 years of international cricket. I mean, he had a much longer career than we realize, just because he started before the age of 21. So
in a similar vein to Chris Gale.
Yeah, and I think he was quite right to probably look at his finances and say, okay, he's got 4 more years. What does he do to maximize that option? Personally, I think it was a mistake. I mean, I think that he had the opportunity to be indisputably the greatest player in the world by the time he had retired.
100%. And this one, Yasir Mohammed bowls, Yasir Shah bowls this one to George Linder, and this one blocked for no run.
And I'm absolutely certain that AB will look back on his playing career once he's in his early 40s and regret not having stuck with red ball cricket in particular for quite a lot longer.
This one blocked to the onside for no run. Yeah, no, I definitely feel that as well. For me, I feel the timing of his leaving was just very strange, very peculiar. Why a year before the World Cup?
He had small kids, and that is an issue.
He had.
He had small kids. Like at that stage, his children were just beginning to walk. And I know from experience, at that sort of age, you really, really feel being away from home very, very keenly.
Ooh, and this one almost lollied up. Oh,
I'm assuming that was just off the pad.
Possibly.
Yeah, because if there'd been some bat on that, I would have expected a little bit more excitement from the Pakistanis. As it was, there was no real attempt to catch it by the man under the helmet.
So I hear a bit of the audio. Ooh, and this one skids off the surface into the keeper's hands, and George Linder flashes at that one. Looked like it just passed off stump as well.
Yeah, out of the back of the hand, he's looking for the top spinner there. Turned it away from the left-hander, and it was a good ball. Very, very good ball indeed.
Very good ball. Oh, and this one smothered down into the turf. And that's another excellent over by Yasir Shah. South Africa sitting on 178 for 5. That was a maiden, by the way. George Lind on 25 off 44. And Temba Bavuma sitting pretty on 16 off 64 balls.
Yeah, it's been a vital partnership here as they build South Africa back out of trouble, and they are looking comfortable. They're an occasional ball that sticks low, but not, I think, at a variation from the pitch. I think Yasir Shah is bowling very, very well here, and certainly giving the batsmen something to think about. It's a really good battle at the moment between bat and ball.
Certainly, as Newman comes to attack. Oh, this one chopped down very close to the stumps.
Actually bounced off the keeper there, into the ground, and then bounced up into the keeper's pads and looped to first slip. Nauman feeling like he maybe deserves a little bit more than he got there. Who's keeping for Pakistan today?
Mohammad Rizwan.
That's Rizwan.
Oh, it's Rizwan, of course it is. Yes, okay.
Yeah,
no, he had a fantastic series in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Blocked by Temba Bavuma for no run. I was just saying that Rizwan had a great series. He even had the captain's helm for the series in New Zealand because of Baba's injury. Did very well, got 60-something in the first and another 50 in the second. Might have been the second innings of the first. Temba Bavuma steps forward. Another little paddle to the leg side. Plays it fine. Not as fine as the last one. Oh, a direct hit here. An appeal. But that's going to the third umpire. If this is a run out, Oaks, if this is a run out,
Yeah. I can try rattle through some tweets quickly as well.
Yeah, please.
Linux Slayer says, so you've not been listening to the Mothership's coverage of Sri Lanka and England. Apparently, they've been doing a lot of looking at the run-out. I think he's gone.
He's gone. Wow. Yeah. This is really... And it wasn't a direct hit, actually. It came into the goal. Very, very good throw, yeah.
Just as we were complimenting Rizwan.
Yeah,
if Temba were a bit taller... If Temba
had a longer bat,
he would have been in. Yeah. That is tragic.
That sounds like the beginning of a sea shanty in its own right. If Temba
was a bit taller, yeah.
If Temba was a little bit taller, he would be a baller. He would be.
Yeah. So that is the end of Temba Bavuma. He has been run out. A throw that came rocketing in. With the keeper Rizwan was able to take it right next to the top of the stumps. And in fact, let's have a look at it. Good sliding stop by Hassan. He fires it in. It comes without the bounce, bang on top of the stumps, and the keeper doesn't even have to flinch as he takes it and knocks the stumps off. That is the best piece of outfielding you can wish to see, really. It's absolute coaching manual perfect. And the end of Temba Bavuma run out, Hassan Ali and Rizwan teaming, and Mohammad Rizwan teaming up together to achieve that. Temba goes for 17 of 67 balls, so he was trundling along at less than 2 runs and over based. And that is the fall of the wicket. 179 for 6 now after 54 and a half overs. George Linder still the man there on 25. South Africa, well, certainly it's been Pakistan's day so far.
Oh, no doubt about that.
A couple more tweets from Ravi Reddy, who says, I recall Hassan Raza being 14 years of age when making his debut as an opener for Pakistan. Without wanting to be too controversial, I think a lot of us understand that Pakistani 14 doesn't always mean 14.
Yeah. In fact, there's a great picture showing, someone had a picture of both Sam Curran and
Rashid Khan. Rashid Khan is Afghan, but yeah.
In the early 90s. Yeah. Both in 1999 or something like that, or 2001 or whenever it would have been. And both of them, actually, no, it wouldn't be too. God, they are, 2010, I suppose. They're both in their early 20s, aren't they? And they clearly were not the same age. But Keshav Maharaj is the new batsman in. This is his 33rd Test match. He's scored 700 runs, average of 16. I think he's a better batsman than the average of 16, isn't he?
Yeah, you definitely feel that. He can wield a blade.
And he starts off with stronger. I think.
Mm.
Also, just on the age thing, I know that Shahid Afridi in his autobiography said he was about 4 years older than what he said, and Yunus Khan has also come out and said that he was 2 years older than what he was supposed to be.
Okay.
And no one plays, or this one played by Maharaj, first ball, played square of the wicket for no run. Sure, just look at
Maharaj's
the
first
run out
class
again.
average is okay.
No, I would just look at the run outs again. There was a little bit of hesitance in taking the run initially, and those type of little moments could have made all the difference in the end. This one blocked for no run by Keshav Maharaj. And you're saying his first class average was?
Is 20 and a half rounded up. So, yeah, slightly better domestically than he has been for South Africa. But he's still got 350s for us. And I think that's why we regard him slightly more highly. We know what he's capable of.
Yeah. Although the only 50 I
100%.
can really recall from him was in that disastrous Indian tour, and where he got a 50 sort of in a hopelessly losing cause. I think it was his highest ever. He got 70 odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a
felt
high score of
little
73.
Yeah, it felt a little bit like he got the 50 because he was batting under no pressure at all. I don't know whether that's fair. But maybe he is a batsman who really feels the stress of international cricket, and maybe he's a little tenser than he needs to be.
And that last ball was just hit Maharaj's pads for no run. South Africa on 179 for 6 after 55 overs. We have George Linder sitting on 25 of 44, and the last wicket to fall was Temba Bavuma, 17 of 67 balls, which brings Maharaj in for 0 of 3.
Just before we go to T in this game, because T I think will be at the end of this over. Just some news from the women's game where Laura Volpert has gone to her 50. She's now on 54.
Fantastic.
And South Africa are on 118 for 1 after 25 overs.
That's fantastic news. She deserves
so
that half.
First 50 in that series.
Marizan
Marizan
Cap. Yeah. And this one bowled just outside off stump and driven to the leg side for no run. No, Volva definitely deserves that 50. She's been looking fantastic with the bats. Her drives, her technique, it's brilliant. She's a pioneer for young cricketing women growing up. And this one played to the leg side by George Linder for no run. I was actually chatting to my girlfriend about about Laura Wolfart, and her quality could actually inspire the next generation of really talented women batsmen, because she's really raised the bar. So it's exciting to see that she's got us up that 50.
She is indisputably the best women's batsman alive at the moment, if not ever.
Yeah.
Just in terms of technical correctness and artistry. And in fact, you talk about her being an inspiration. My daughter has a poster of her up on her wall. So
I'm not even surprised. Even surprised. And this one bowled a lot straighter, a little bit of flight there, but played to bat pad for no run. Someone I also wanted to comment on from the women's series, if you don't mind me chatting about it, Diana Baig. Not just brilliant with the ball, her fielding. How many run-outs did she have? Hot damn. She's actually on it. Actually, Pakistani fielding has been on point. Well, there have been spurts of it being on point. The men today have looked fantastic. Women have looked good from time to time. Some silly drop catches, but I mean, that comes with the territory. But I've been impressed with some of the fielding I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time when Pakistani fielding was quite woeful, and it certainly improved out of all recognition. And I've noticed the Pakistani women typically have subcontinent male coaches, not subcontinent, sorry, Australian.
Australians in particular.
Yeah, or in fact, they had a New Zealander, but who had done most of his coaching for Queensland a while back.
No man into attack, and this one left.
I think it's a New Zealander or Australian who's coaching them now as well. So there's obviously that influence coming through. Yeah, it's been a concern for me, the quality of fitness of provincial women coming through into the Proteas setup.
This one blocked for no run.
is quite poor, and I think we saw a couple of players in the clinic before this Pakistan tour not being selected for fitness reasons. I don't know that for sure, but I know that they certainly looked like they were in the process of failing a fitness test, and then those names didn't make it through to the final round.
This
And
one
that's
blocked by Keshav Maharaj for no run.
and that for me is unforgivable. You know, if you are a good enough provincial player to be on the outskirts of a Proteas cap, you need to make sure that your fitness is on point, because that is something you absolutely can control.
Yeah, we're just seeing some footage of people drinking tea. This product placement is so blatant.
Especially considering that they were clearly miming having a conversation about the cricket, and they're the only two people in the entire stadium.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is no one else on the ground.
Exactly.
Noman coming from around the wicket. This one played right back to him off the back foot.
Although
by
there's no
Keshav
denying
Maharaj.
it would be a better advert if they did have 25,000 people all drinking tea exactly like that. I think I'd have to go buy a box of it as well.
Am I incorrect that we're supposed to be going to Tina?
I'm not sure.
I would imagine it's 20 past. Maybe they're giving them one more over.
Yeah.
This one blocked by Maharaj for no run.
Or they
So
think they just need half
exactly
an
what
hour.
happened is that, of course, our clock, we're looking at the real-time clock, but we're watching Chepo's delayed
a minute behind.
DSTV,
Yeah.
which is
Oh, yes. I'm so
Your
sorry.
fault,
All the umpires think Pakistan can bowl us out, and they've given them an extra half hour. 14.
For 40.
that does look like tea, and everyone's going to go and join those two gentlemen who were drinking tea in the stand.
Yeah.
I
it is.
I
It
didn't
is.
doubt
Good call.
he's had enough. All right, gents, thank you very, very much. I will join. I think I'm with both of you at individual times after.
I think we have a
the
trip
three
at
of us
the end.
are going to be back on at 1:30, yeah, and Chepo, you and I at 12:35. Such is our dedication. So I look forward to seeing both of you then. You guys have a really, really good break. See you then.
Yeah.